Here we are visiting the Sergeant Floyd River Museum and Welcome Center. Sergeant Charles Floyd is the only member of the Corps of Discovery to die during the 2-year Lewis and Clark expedition, and the first United States soldier to die west of the Mississippi. On the night of August 19, 1804, Floyd became seriously ill. Leaders did everything they could to help him. He told Captain Clark, "I'm going away, and I want you to write me a letter." He died sometime in the afternoon on Monday, August 20th, 1804. Captain Clark read the funeral service for Charles Floyd and noted in his journal, "We buried him on the top of the bluff, mile below the small river, to which we gave his name. He was buried with honors of war, much lamented." He most likely died of appendicitis. In 1857, erosion caused by the Missouri River exposed Floyd's grave. Local settlers recovered and reinterred most of his remains in a different location on the bluff. The grave was moved again in 1895. The Sergeant Floyd Monument, a 100-foot-high sandstone obelisk, was built in 1901. Floyd's remains were moved a third time and reburied at the base of the monument, located here in Sioux City, Iowa, overlooking the Missouri River Valley. Now today we drive out to Gavin's Point Dam just outside of Yankton, South Dakota. It is the most downstream dam on the Missouri River, being 811.1 river miles upstream of St. Louis, where the river meets the Mississippi River. The hydroelectric power plant provides enough electricity to supply 68,000 homes. At the Lewis and Clark Visitor Center, you can see various exhibits and showcase information and displays about the development of the entire Missouri River basin. Teresa and I spotted something at the base of the dam along the breaker wall. Through the binoculars, we spotted pelicans. A pouch of pelicans. Before you're too impressed by my knowledge, I actually had to look that one up. Pelicans. In the spring, pelicans stop here on their migration route to breeding grounds in the northern Great Plains in Canada. They spend their time here at Gavin's Point getting their fill of fish before continuing their journey. We were here at just the right time to see them. Just down the road from the dam is Yankton's signature landmark. This historic signature is the Meridian Bridge. It was the first permanent river crossing in Yankton vicinity and was one of the final links in the Meridian Highway, an early north-south route from Winnipeg, Canada to Mexico City, Mexico. The bridge was built with a double deck in anticipation that the lower deck would be made available to a railroad, but the line never materialized. Unique to the Meridian Bridge is the fact that the lift span was designed so that it could be swapped out with one of the other spans if the river changed its channel. The bridge retains its original configuration and is today distinguished as the only vertical lift span connecting Nebraska and South Dakota. The bridge has been converted to a hiking, biking, running, or walking bridge. We enjoyed our walk over the bridge along with many other folks. We girls have not lost our kindergarten spirit, and here we are again trying to figure out what state are we in. Speaking of spirits, we took a little detour out to Spirit Mound Historic Prairie. It is one of the few places where you can walk with certainty in the footsteps of Lewis and Clark. The Missouri River, shifting over the last 200 years, has cast doubt on the exact locations of many other sites. Thanks to the descriptions recorded in the expedition journals, we know that Lewis and Clark stood on top of Spirit Mound, viewed the extensive prairie below, and struggled to understand the mystery of the site. According to the Lakota oral traditions, the Spirit Mound was home to a group of small people that sometimes behaved mischievously and played tricks on humans. It is impossible to know exactly what the stories Oti, Missouri, and Lakota people told Lewis and Clark about the Spirit Mound. We do know that they told Lewis and Clark it was unwise to approach the hill where the spirits lived. Perhaps they really meant snakes. There is a warning that there are snakes in the area. We saw about 15. One couple turned around when they saw one and said, "Nope, not going any further." After our hike, we were hungry, and it was dinner time. We stopped at the Dakota Brick House in Vermilion. It's a beautifully restored historic downtown building that offers a comfortable space inside and outside for dining. On another day, we visited Chris Larson Park, Lewis and Clark Interpretive Center in Sioux City. It's an interactive journey with the Corps of Discovery through Sioux land by telling stories in novel ways, including moving and speaking animatronic figures, murals, videos, computers, flipbooks, and so much more. This was the most engaging exhibit we have visited so far. We got to meet President Thomas Jefferson, who talks about finding a direct water route to the Pacific Ocean. Then Captain Lewis and Clark talk about how the captains and their men were affected by the death of Sergeant Charles Floyd. It was very interesting to hear from York, the enslaved servant of Captain William Clark. York worked alongside the other soldiers. The exhibit has York relating his thoughts and feelings about his life being on the expedition. Heading to our next stop, we took a slight detour to the Corn Palace in Mitchell, South Dakota. What a fun stop along the way. It's the only corn palace in the world. It's actually an arena that hosts a wide range of events. But the feature attraction is the amazing mural made from different colored corn that covers the building. The exterior corn murals are replaced and redesigned each year with a new theme. 12 naturally occurring shades of corn are grown by local farmers to create the artwork. Artists' drawings are transferred to tar paper labeled with codes corresponding to colors, providing a corn by numbers pattern showing where each colored cob should be nailed. Corn cobs are split in two lengthwise and nailed to the exterior of the building using approximately 1.5 million nails and 325,000 ears of corn. This year's theme is Famous South Dakotians. Do you see Bob Barker? Just before we reach our final destination, we stop to view Dignity. Ah, Dignity. It's easy to miss this stunning sculpture because it cannot be seen from the road. Dignity of Earth and Sky stands high above a section of the Missouri River, where she overlooks the region whose history is mostly celebrated for Lewis and Clark's explorations. The stainless steel, 50-foot-tall statue is dedicated to the women of the Lakota and Dakota nations. The star quilt that surrounds her is made of 128 diamonds in colors of water and sky. The artist Dale Lamphere states, "Dignity represents the courage, perseverance, and wisdom of the Lakota and Dakota culture in South Dakota. My hope is that the sculpture might serve as a symbol of respect and promise for the future. We've been here before, but it's worthy of a second gaze, so be sure to put this on your list of must-see places when you are traveling in the area. Remember, enjoy the journey, be kind, and share a smile."